Get ready for the Squawking Eagles podcast.
And welcome back to the Squawking Eagles podcast, where the Eagles have narrowly defeated the Washington Commanders 31-34 in a hell of a nail-biter. A lot of questions still on the table, but right now let's take you to myself and Mark's in-game comments. You're not hearing Mike's voice today. Unfortunately, he has lost his voice, so you'll have to deal with me and Mark this week. Enjoy. Catch you on the other side. Well, the Washington Commanders take the opening drive all the way down the field, fairly easy on our defense, with both a mix of pass and run. Very disappointing to see that, but let's see how they adjust, and let's see what the offense has to offer.
That opening drive defensively was disappointing. Linebackers responding really slowly, not quite making the plays they need to make, kind of missing their spots. Definitely missed Nakobe Dean this first series. And you see exactly like I was saying last week, and I think as every team's realizing, like, we need to have those first few yards covered. They're looking for those quick passes all day, every day. So we got to get around to cover that. We got better, linebackers there. We got to get Dean back and just play better coverage early and make them hold on to the ball, make them run it. So let's go Birds. That was a great drive. Jalen Hurts, accurate as hell. Some great plays. A little rocky on that one screenplay. But run the ball, run the league. We're getting swifty in here. Let's go Birds.
Well, the Eagles respond, drive all the way down the field, mostly on the back of Swift and A.J. Brown. What a drive. What a way to start this game. 7-7. Let's go Birds. Well, the Commanders take their second drive down the field. Fumble into the end zone, somehow recover it. Score again. 14-7 Commanders. Let's see how this offense responds once again.
This is an interesting beginning to this game, seeing our defense. I don't want to say get picked apart because I feel like they're just playing lazy. I mean, I was really upset with Nolan Smith to be off sides like that. To have Edmonds, that play was, I don't really like that call. I mean, he adjusted his body to make proper contact, and then, I can't remember the receiver's name, lowered his body to, come down from it, and they ended up touching heads barely. It was mainly body contact, and then for him to drop that pass, when he had a chance of interception. I will say, though, on that almost interception play, Slay's reaction to kind of sit back and wait for it will never, that's not going to be successful in those kind of plays. He should have jumped into the mix there. He had the momentum and ability to do so. If he had jumped for it, probably would have had a better chance. Either way, rough start for the Birds. Go Eagles, though. We got to get this together. Let's go offense. That might have been the worst officiating call I've ever seen. There's 3 Commanders players with their hats lined up over the ball, completely across the line. And they say Dickerson just lined up side by side with Kelsey. He's literally like a half inch behind. Is offsides? No. This is the refs trying to get in with this whole, we're tired of seeing this play happen. That's some baloney.
Well, the Eagles go for the brotherly shove on the logo. And like Jason Kelsey said, 92% of the time, it works. Well, it didn't work this time because Landon Dickerson was offsides. Damn, Landon Dickerson. How many times I gotta bring this up? But Eagles punting on their second possession.
Well, at least finally we see a drive that our defense looks like our defense again. I'm hoping they are just shaking off a little bit of early morning sleepies or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but hey, first 2 drives are over. Let's go Birds on that third drive. Good defensive stance, good stops. Moving on, let's go.
Well, after the Eagles failed with the brotherly shove, the defense was able to get the ball back by sacking Howell on the third down. Eagles take possession. Let's see them go tie this game up. Hopefully the defense has adjusted enough to not let Washington score anymore, because I believe my final score, I said I was going to be 24-14 or something like that. So can't let them score no more. Let's go.
That drive didn't kind of come out too well. I will say I'm a little annoyed on watching that first play where Hurts hit that scramble. And A.J. Brown, on the replay, you see him, like, he runs around, then he kind of stops and just stands there. Like, when you see a play going on, they always tell you that, get open, find an open spot. Like, he's panning downfield. He's going to see a player make a move. If he turns around and cuts over a little bit, he's wide open. That's a 7-10-yard pass instead of a 1-yard gain on a rush. But there was also the deep ball, but, I mean, he's in mid-scramble. I don't think he's going to be able to make that throw, unless he really sees it and get himself set. It's a weird throw. Either way, we'll see how the rest of this game goes. We got to see some changes. Go Birds.
And the Eagles go 3-and-out after Chase Young sacks Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts overthrows Devontae Smith. Doesn't seem like our offense is on the same page on some plays right now. So let's see what the adjustments are. It's a rivalry game, guys. Let's not forget. It's always one of the toughest games to play during the season, no matter what the records are. Well, Washington drives down the field and kicks a field goal. I mean, I really need to see this front four defensive line really get some pressure onto these linemen and get pressure on Howe. I feel like right now he's looking like he's freaking Peyton Manning back there. He's just got time in the pocket, finding open receivers. Our secondary is being picked apart right now. I mean, I don't want to use the word picked apart, but
feeling healthy.
There needs to be some adjustments made for sure. So the Eagles take their last possession of the half and drive it down for a field goal. This offense does not look high-powered as we thought it would. A lot of things need to be adjusted at halftime. So let's see what kind of adjustments they make. Devontae Smith, right before the half, made a great catch that was challenged. But I felt he pulled it in. It's a great catch by him. But unfortunately, we can't capitalize. We can't get into the end zone. We're struggling. Even though we're moving the ball down the field, we seem to be struggling more when we get into the red zone area. So hopefully we see some adjustments made at halftime, and let's see what these boys do. So the Eagles take the second half drive down the field, fortunately stall out. The one major adjustment that we see right now, supposedly Cam Jurgens has an injured foot. We see Opeta in right now at right guard. I know Jurgens allowed some pressure in the first half. I wonder if that was one of the adjustments made at halftime. But we stall out. We still are behind 17-13. Let's see what our defense does to get us back this ball.
All right, didn't say anything during the halftime. We need a lot to work on. We need to focus more on running the ball, which we came out in the half. We started to, and we went back to passing. But we got this. We need to focus in. Defense is to play tough. Slay needs to actually make some plays. We got to stop letting everything up. Go Birds.
And just like that, the Eagles take the lead. Well, they're going for a 2-point conversion as I record this. A.J. Brown with a 59-yard catch. What a play by Jalen Hurts, who takes a hit after throwing the ball to A.J. Brown, who finds his way to the end zone as Gainwell scores the 2-point conversion, 21-17. Finally, the offense looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's go, Birds.
Now, that is a good offensive drive by the Birds. I'm shocked to see some penalties even called on the Commanders. Let's go. Flag was fly. Mr. Always open with the touchdown. Philly's looking good now. Let's stay on this roll, boys. Defense, lock it up next drive. We got this.
Well, the Eagles let Washington get to midfield. Big stop by Slay. Unfortunately, gets a little banged up during the play. Was sat out for a play. Looks like he's just going to be okay. But the Eagles stopped Washington. They punt the ball away. Let's see them expand on this lead.
Design quarterback runs yet again show to be a failure of an attempt because, look, everyone can see them. What if we just stop doing them, with the exception of the sneak? We only let them run on scrambles because they don't work well. Go Birds.
I know. I would really like to know what the issue is with Goddard and Hurts because they seem to not be on the same page so far in these last 4 games that they've played. I don't know if Goddard is just not looking for the ball, or Jalen's getting the ball to him too early, or somebody's thinking the wrong route. I'm not really sure what it is, but it makes our red zone offense stutter when it gets down in there. Just watched an Eagles team drive down the field pretty much through the air with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Can't close the gap. I don't understand what's going on besides our running game being consistent as it is today. I don't understand what our red zone issues are today.
I don't know what our offensive coordinator is doing at this point with the amount of times they're giving Gainwell the ball, but he clearly hasn't earned it, and he's had 1 or 2 good plays, but this is a problem with him. Bring Swift back, stop running Gainwell, and who runs the ball on 3rd and 11 with a backup running back? Come on, guys.
Well, Gainwell fumbles the ball, continuing our issues in the red zone once again. Jake Elliott hits the field goal. We're up 7 points, 24-17. Feels like it should be 40-something to 17. Not even. Okay, they did their, we'll talk about it on the pod. And just like that, Washington comes right back down the field. I don't understand what's going on with our defense where we can't shut down the running game. Our secondary is playing too much zone. Brian Johnson has a lot of questions to be answered at the press conference today. This defense does not look like the button-up defense that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Had it not been for the referees trying to give this game to the Commanders, maybe this game is not as close as it is, but I feel like the Commanders are, and it's crazy because we're home. I don't understand it. Anyway, 24-24, a little over 9 minutes to play.
Quarterback design runs are the bane of my existence. I swear, if I ever have a chance to meet the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, I'm going to tell him that the next time he runs one, I'm going to stick something up his ass. We need to stop the quarterback design runs. They are going nowhere. We have running backs. Run the ball with the running backs, and we'd be destroying them. We'd be easily putting this game away if we just ran the ball with our running backs as part of their job. That is their name. Run the ball with the running backs. You run the league. You win the game. I don't know why it's such a hard concept to follow. It's like, oh my God, we're getting 8 yards per carry or 6 yards per carry. That's dangerously good. We probably shouldn't do that anymore. Why would we want to win? Come on, Eagles. Figure it out.
And just when you think the Eagles didn't want to win this game, Jalen goes over top to A.J. Brown, back corner of the end zone, touchdown. A.J. Brown gets a taunting penalty at the end of the play, but it's a divisional rivalry game, so it's understandable. I don't see where the taunt was, but okay. Man, it's so great to see that Morrow's having a big game, 3 sacks. And if it wasn't him getting that last sack with a minute left in the game, Reddick would have got it. Hassan Reddick looking back to his normal self. I've seen him in the backfield all day today. Missed a couple sacks by a fraction of a second. But he showed up all game, that's for sure. I can't believe our defense has allowed allowed Washington to drive down this field the way that they have to tie this game. This is effing ridiculous. Josh Jobe makes a bad decision to try to jump on the inside of the route instead of just staying on your man.
Now, I love the touchdown. It was a great play by Hurts and AJ Brown, but I did say watching it that we gave them way too much time. We should have grinded the clock. We should have run the ball. Everyone who listens, everyone who works with me knows that I'm all about running the ball, but we definitely should have run it a little more, take a little bit more yards, take a little more time off the clock. And now we got a question: did we make a mistake going for it then? Which I will never say we made a mistake for scoring. We get it. But the extra couple yards from the penalty there on Brown at the end, and just some mistakes there by our defense. It leads us into overtime here. Hopefully we can rack it up here and wipe the game. But I will say, this is moments here. You get a little upset as an Eagles fan. Let's go Birds.
92% of the time it worked. That tush push on the logo again to save the game in overtime. Because we were about to go 3 and out. Thank God. Because Washington would have drove down and scored on us. Here we go. Let's end this game here. Eagles pushing into Washington territory. Let's go. And I'm in agreement with Mark. These design quarterback runs are getting annoying today. Why are we keep trying them? They have not worked. Cut it out.
I'm going to beat it into everyone's brain that you need to run the fucking football. That opening play where he decided to run it himself with the quarterback instead of giving it to Swift was the dumbest play of the day. And since then, now we're stuck on these long passes because we keep trying to throw the ball. Our offensive coordinator needs to get smacked in the head. So does Hurts. Go Birds.
Man, what a way to end the game. Jalen Hurts is called for intentional grounding. Then somehow gets the ball to Devontae Smith to place the ball for Jake Elliott to kick a 54-yard field goal to win the game. Man, talk about nail biter. Jesus Lord. Eagles escape with a win. That's the most important part. A win is a win, no matter how ugly it is in the NFL. We are now 4-0. Let's go. A lot of questions still on the table. A lot of adjustments still need to be made. But a win is a win.
That may or may not have been the ugliest win I've seen. We got to really work on some things there, both defensively and offensively. I know we'll have a lot to discuss come the full podcast later in the week, but just real quick, last-minute touches. As I've said 100 times, I'll say it again. Stop with the design quarterback runs. Please run the ball with the running backs because they run the ball for a job. That is the only point of them, is to run the ball. And then they can open up some more of the passes, solidify ourselves defensively. I do think the refereeing was the officiating, I should say, was a little off today. Either way, Birds win. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go.
And that wraps it up for Squawking Eagles podcast. Please tune in to our next pod, which should be out later this week, where we discuss this Washington Commanders game and break down the rest of the games around the NFL. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Mike, hit the music.
Touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory.